Aina Aloha is really my beloved country, and what does that mean to me? That's actually what I have wanted to discover for myself. For me, it's really about finding my voice and the relevance of my voice today through letters of my aunt in the past, through my grandfather's story, through petitions that were written in 1897 and collected and gathered by different groups of Hawaiians trying to stop annexation, through newspaper articles that my aunt was also responsible for with Ke Aloha Aina. She and my uncle Joseph Navahi had a newspaper in Hilo. I have so many things to learn, so actually film for me is that opportunity to explore things that I otherwise wouldn't be able to. Hawaiians have a lot to say today about not only this shift of consciousness and awareness in terms of the planet, but in terms of issues of justice and healing and what we want to do as a people for one another. And Aina Aloha is really that kind of exploration. It's the spiritual load of what our people carried earlier and the burdens, their hardships, their losses, their dissolution, the banning of their language and culture. I mean, so much has been lost, but I'm still here. My family is still here. My children will be here. What I find about listening, it's not just hearing, it's deciphering what is being said and the meaning of things. And when I was given these letters of my aunt to look at, I couldn't help but reflect that here's this woman speaking and writing to the Queen. And what is it that I am doing that is reflecting that kind of active listening today? It's time people listen to not only Hawaiian issues, but the broader issues of justice. Land is our kin, and it is not unlike any other indigenous throughout the world. So these issues of care of land, care for mother, are really about that most of all. And I want that awareness to be brought to people through this film. When my aunt was living in the 1890s, they faced overwhelming odds through disease and through dislocation. The language was banned in 1896. Can you imagine being without your language? What are you if you don't have your language? That time was just a time of shock, disbelief, and despondency, to tell you the truth, and just waiting for justice, as Lili'u was, which never happened then. But it's time now, and the consciousness is shifting, and that's what we want. You know, in terms of what's going on, I do feel a shift of consciousness, that this notion of an American century of militarism, expansion is over. Let's get back to balance. Let's get back to finding justice for indigenous throughout the world, because we have something to say. If the work I can do as an artist offers people hope and healing in some way by giving them voice, to making sense of things that have happened in the past that really do need to find the light of day so that they can actually be dissipated, so that we can move on. Hawaiians want to do that. It's not that we want to live in the past. We have so much joy and living to do today, and I'm just really grateful to be a part of that movement, a shift of mind that really does need to happen in order for the planet to survive. So this is not just a Hawaiian issue, this is an issue that ties back into righting wrongs on some level here and in other places as well in terms of indigenous people. What I see in so many of the pictures that I've gathered is that the land hasn't changed. So much of the places that we love, the land persists. And as much as we think we own it, or people own it, we don't. It's as beautiful as it was in so many ways today as it was 100 years ago. And because the land persists, we persist. Hawaiians do. We welcome all who want to hear and listen to that message. To hear the language again in the schools, I think there's so much incredible work going on in the community, which makes me hopeful. From a Hawaiian point of view, in terms of Hawaiian nature, it's that that spirit that is embodied in love that Hawaiians have to offer to the world. This unconditional belief in another human being. And I think that's a very important thing that we need to get back to in order for the planet to survive. Is this whole notion of relationship to land, to earth, to mother. to one another. That is the impetus of the film. That is what I see and believe can happen through the work. This medium offers that to a wider audience, and I'm really hopeful that Aina Aloha, My Beloved Country, will be all of those things. Thank you.